Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been such a whirlwind. I have so much to catch you guys up on. End of May, June. So much to catch you guys up on. This may be a long video, but strap on in, honey, because I'm gonna let you guys know about everything that's been going on in my mind and in my life. So let's hop right into it. So back in May, I had gone to the Well, and I went in drag, living my Slayosha XCX Towers. We'll edit that out. Living my Slayosha Nicole Smith XCX fantasy. And as I was chilling alone at the bar, this gentleman had come up to me, and his name was Amir, and he was probably in his 40s. Now I remember he had a bald spot on the top of his head. Very Friar Tuck vibes, not cute. And he was very interested in me and said that I was very sweet and smart, and he had some job openings at his job, and because I'm unemployed, which I told him, he offered to get me a job at his workplace, and I was like, okay, that's like really sweet, and he was interested in meeting up at a later date, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm down. And I had made plans with him a couple days later, to which I ended up canceling. And the following week, so the following Wednesday, I invite him to come out and see me perform. He shows up an hour and a half late. He doesn't even show up to the Well. He shows up at Pegasus, which is the next bar that I was at. I honestly felt like, what if he doesn't show up? What if I just like go home and I like completely miss him? But unfortunately, I was kikiing with the girls and he shows up. And I was talking about hyperpop music with this one girl, and then he comes in, I'm just like completely shut down. Like right when I saw him, like in the Pegasus lighting, I'm just like, oh yeah, no, it's a no for me. But I just need to be more blunt in rejecting people, and it's very difficult for me. So I went along with the whole charade, with the whole facade, with the whole game, and I was just like ignoring him, basically just like watching the show, but he was like asking me questions about myself, like, hey, so like, do you want to like go home? Do you want to go to a bar at the waterfront? Bitch, it's 12:45. Well, we have an hour left until the bar closes. Like, no, like what? And my stupid ass, my gut was saying no the entire time, but I just did not know how to not be nice and not say no to him. Like, I just didn't know how to say no to him. So I invite him to my place. Yikes. I don't know what my thought process was. Like, just like hang out, get to know each other while I'm like taking off my makeup. I'm in drag, mind you. And it was just so awkward, and I'm like taking off my makeup. He's like, can I take off my clothes? I'm like, yeah, sure. I just should have said no from the get-go, but now looking back, I've learned that lesson. But it's hard to when you're in the moment. So yeah, I just was taking off my makeup, and he's like, can I put on some music? I'm like, okay. He puts On the Floor by J-Lo, and I'm just like, bruh, this is ridiculous. So it was not the vibe, and it was bubbling up inside me that like I just needed to end this. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not into this. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. And he was like, oh, okay. So he eventually ended up leaving, and that was that. So I'm like, oh, thank God that's done. Aside from that, a couple weeks later, I had done drag, and then when I came back home, I was feeling super extra dextra, super duper licious, horny, and I just decided to play around with my dildo, and I was so rough with myself that I caused a hemorrhoid, and it's been a month and I still have it. So yikes. Literally in an hour and a half I'm going to get it checked out again, like a follow-up, like a like 3-week, month later follow-up with the doctor, with my family doctor. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, how that all happened took a couple days. I felt soreness in my butthole, and then it just like developed on the third day. And then it like became a hemorrhoid, and then it existed for about, I would say, a couple days, and then I popped it. So I'm like, thank God. And yeah, ever since, it's just been like existing and like swelling every day and then like draining. So it's just like the constant cycle of that, which is like annoying. So like I'm gonna try to put an end to this and see what we can do at the doctor's office. So we shall see. I will keep you guys updated on that. So throughout all of this hemorrhoid action through the beginning of June, I was preparing for my showcase with Raw Artists, which turned out to be absolutely amazing. I posted some pictures on my Instagram of my look and everything. I have so much more of that content as well. And it was just so much fun. It did end up being worth it. Of course, it's a lot of money and effort that you're putting into it, to like probably like $100 to $200 out of my own pocket, just funding all of this, advertising, everything, preparation, promotion, all of it. So it's definitely a lot, but it was definitely worth it. And I did like a black and white mime look, very Gottmik vibes, and it was such a slay. I turned it out. I did 4 makeovers, made a lot of money, sold a print, which we love that because I was selling my prints as well. So very much a slay. But yeah, she was like bursted at that point, my hemorrhoid. So, but like it was like still very much in pain. So it was like kind of like difficult to like manage, but we worked through it. So yeah, she still exists today, and we're looking to fix her. So we shall see. Earlier that week, before my showcase, I went to Promise Cherry Beach volunteer setup, and that was wild. I found out about this because I had applied to FAT, which is FAT, Fashion Art Toronto, and I wasn't able to get accepted because of the high number of applicants. However, through my email application, my email contact was in the list, and a guy at FAT had reached out to me because I was on the list, and had crossed it over into something else that he works for, which is Promise Cherry Beach. And he was like, hi, I had reached out to you from FAT, but there's this Promise Cherry Beach event that's happening, and I would love for you to volunteer. And compensation is 2 season passes to Promise Cherry Beach. So I'm like, oh my God, fuck yeah, that's amazing. So I end up going. My hemorrhoid had burst the night before. It like burst again during the day when I sneezed, and I was like, oh my god, drip, drip, like, this is fucking insane. Like, I was, like, sneezing, like, talking to one of my coworkers. Like, it was so wild. Don Carlo, hey, shout out, girl. And Brat had just come out, and it was, like, such a vibe. We were talking about that. Like, two gay girlies just, like, chatting it up a storm, honey. So, and also a film student from Ryerson, which I had found out. Two of my friends' coworkers at Starbucks were in the same program as him. So I'm like, mama, it is such a small world. We love that. But yeah, the volunteer setup ended up being about like 4 hours, and then after that I like streetcar'd home, rode in a car first, and then streetcar'd to King Station with some of the other volunteers, and got to chat with them, get to know them, and it was very much a cute time. And yeah, altogether, June has been, that was like about mid-June, so we love. Pride Month was very fun. Yeah, I also went to a Pride pool party, which Mama Hemorrhoid was still hemorrhoiding, but she was able to assess the issue at one point. Like, she was like swelling after a bowel movement, and like I literally like put my gloves on and some Anusol, and she pushed her in, and she burst and whatever, but like Mama, she like put a little pad to like soak it all up, and you know, she went on over to the pool party, honey. It was, yeah, so wild, but that was very much a fun night. Got to see Raja perform, hung out with my friends. It was so cute. Took a lot of cute videos and pictures. The following week for Pride Week, I had performed at Woody's with my friend Storm. Shout out Storm. That was a fucking shit show. We were like so over it from the get-go. Like, as soon as we fully got into drag, it's like 30 degrees. We're just like not in the mood. I immediately was like, I want to take all of this shit off right now. But I was like, we're like pushing each other through it. Like, we're gonna get through it. Everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be so much fun. Literally that night was such a shit show. Venus and Kiara from Canada's Drag Race were at Woody's though, so shout out to you guys. Love that. Venus, I love you, my Métis sister, winner of season 4 of Canada's Drag Race. Love you so much. Yeah, what a crazy night. Why was it crazy, you might ask? Well, I got there with Storm, and we literally were about to sign up. Sign up hadn't even started yet. It was like maybe like 10:30. So like go and change and like do my own thing for like 15 minutes in the bathroom. I come back. Sign up had happened at that point, and like 25 people like had signed up, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I sign up, 24 people to be exact. And I sign up, I'm number 25. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So luckily there's $3 drinks at The Drink, which is next door. So me and Storm literally twice like went back and forth from Woody's to The Drink. Just taking advantage of their drink deals and just like kikiing and hanging out. Literally until 2 a.m. and there was an issue with the drink tickets with signing up for the open stage. The host of the night did not, she had run out of drink tickets, so that was a mess. Right before my performance, I was able to get some drink tickets because she had to talk to the manager, and was able to get some from the manager, but it was because there were so many people that were on the list to perform, they had like run out, but they were able to get some eventually, so I'm like, ugh, love that. So I got super drunk right before my performance. Literally, it was 2 a.m. and I finally got on. It was literally insane. And my plan was to perform my own mix that I had made. And that did not work out. I tried connecting to the DJ's Bluetooth setup system, and that was just not working. And then finally I sent it to my friend, who then played it on her phone, and she was able to make that work. And so we go through with the performance. Everything's fine. The song ends up playing. I'm like, woo! Okay, here we go. We got my mix. This is iconic. This is fabulous. Lasts for about 20 seconds. And then it stops. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just like there on stage in my fucking 6-inch heel fucking black leather, not leather, shiny boots. And I'm just like, so we try again, and we do the exact same thing again, 20 seconds, and we're like, what the fuck? And the host is like, okay, what song would you like to play? I'm like, 365. Miss Storm makes the executive decision to not listen to me. It didn't even, what I was saying did not get to the booth in time. And she's just like, play 360. And I'm like, thanks for making the decision for me, bitch. But you know what? It was fine because I know the song and it was a sleigh. So I ended up performing 360 and the bitches were gagging. And I ended up getting a lot of tips and it was such a motherfucking sleigh. So yeah, that was my Pride Tuesday. Fast forward to Friday at Flash Babes. I last minute decide to get into drag to perform at Flash, not realizing that I had already invited my friends to come and see me. So I'm like doing things very last minute. She's in a rush. I give myself 2 hours to get in drag. Not enough. I need like at least 3.5 to like really take my time and like perfect everything that I want to perfect. And my friend ends up coming and it's 8. I get there at 9 because I am like, should I walk there? Should I like order a taxi? And I order a fucking taxi because the Uber app is not like downloading on my phone. It's just like, ugh, the worst. So I get there at 9 and he's like, it's 9 p.m. And I'm just like, ah! Like, took me an hour to get here, blah, 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 blah. It took me an hour, like, I'm fucking late, blah, whatever. I'm just like, it's an hour, like, who fucking cares? Like, it's very hard to time manage, especially in drag, but I'm getting better at it every day, and I've already improved, and I'm only going to improve more and more every day, each day. So I've improved exponentially since the last time already. So there's that. So I was just like not feeling the vibes. Like him and his friends, so nice to see them. They all had chairs lined up. I have to fend for myself and find a chair and drag it over to your section. To your, like, I'm not feeling invited and warm welcomed as the drag performer and entertaintress. Mind you, I was an hour late, so you know what, maybe I deserve that, who knows. But I was just like, this is really shitty. And yeah, him and his friends couldn't even stay for my performance, which is also really shitty. But I ended up turning it out anyway to 365. And I ended up like chilling in the bathroom, like fixing my wig, fixing my lashes, you know, doing the damn thing. And yeah, I ended up like chilling for a bit, and then I go over to the block party at the Lotto stage right next to Cruise, and I meet with my friends there, which was so much fun. It was so fun to catch up with them, very full circle vibes, because one of my friends' old roommate was there, and it was like fun to see him after 5 years because I had done my one friend's makeup, and like they were like living together, and I remember like hanging out with them at that time. It was just like so crazy. Such a full circle moment. I end up like connecting with some people. I'm like in drag and like full fucking heels. I end up like taking them off later on throughout the evening, because this is like a rocky fucking parking lot with porta potties and everything.